When the rioting finally abated, Boris Morozov quietly returned from exile. But his place as Alexei's closest advisor had been taken by another, the 43-year-old abbot of Novospassky Monastery, Nikon. Nikon made a great impression on the devout Tsar. Soon he was ordained Metropolitan Bishop of Novgorod. 3 years later, Alexei appointed him Patriarch, head of the entire Russian Orthodox Church. With the Tsar's backing, the new Patriarch began a large-scale reform of the Russian Church. Nikon believed that over the last 4 centuries, the rituals and beliefs of his native church had become riddled with corruption and abuse, and were increasingly at odds with the rites performed by the Greek Orthodox Church. The morality and conduct of Russian priests and monks had also been called into question. Nikon's reforms were intended to bring the Russian Church back into line with its own early practices and those of the Greek Orthodox Church. Russians were now to cross themselves using 3 fingers and not 2. They were told how many times to bow during services, what musical instruments could be played in church, and how to correctly spell the name Jesus Christ. For a deeply conservative church, such reforms were no small matter. They led to sharp divisions within the church. So-called old believers denounced them as heresy and continued to practice the old forms of worship in secret. But ultimately, it was their leader, Archpriest Avakum, who would be burnt as a heretic. Nikon's support grew steadily, until by the end of Alexei's reign, his cause had become impossible to resist. Die-hard opponents remained, but many more embraced the practical benefits of his reforms, such as restoring discipline among the clergy and promoting education. Tsar Alexei had supported Nikon's reforms, but the Patriarch began to overreach himself, becoming involved in every aspect of government, from politics to diplomacy and the conduct of military campaigns. Meanwhile, the Patriarch's enemies at court spread rumors to undermine him. Relations between the head of the church and the head of state reached a new low when Tsar Alexei failed to attend the Patriarch's service at the Cathedral of the Assumption. It could mean only one thing. Patriarch Nikon had fallen from favor and could no longer count on the Tsar's support. Nikon left for the New Jerusalem monastery, a day's journey from Moscow, where he planned to await the Tsar's apology. But it never came. Instead, the Tsar appointed a new Patriarch. In 1666, a great synod was held in Moscow, attended by the most senior priests of the Greek and Russian Orthodox Church. The synod dismissed Patriarch Nikon from his post, but at the same time excommunicated his great adversary, Archpriest Avakum, and upheld Nikon's entire program of church reform.